Hey Flash fam, it's Andrea Filote, and joining me today on Kent State of Mind is Brynn Libler. All right, Brynn, let's go back to the beginning when you were getting recruited. It was a pretty chaotic time with COVID and everything. So, when you were visiting schools, what stood out to you about Kent State compared to all the other schools?
I feel like when I was taking my visit here at Kent, I really felt like, oh, I can make a difference. Oh, I belong here. I'm going to make a name for myself here in this Kent State program where it's at other schools you can try and force that feeling, but it truly felt like my calling almost was to be here.
Was there a lot of uncertainty that shaped how you approached here?
Yeah, I feel like going into it, so I didn't even commit to Kent till literally signing day in August. So I only had really two offers from here and one other school because with COVID, all of girls returning were getting their fifth year. So schools were telling me we love everything about you. We just don't have a position for you. We don't have money for you, or we like what you bring to the table, but we wish you were in the younger class. That way, when those freshmen, the current juniors, were coming in, those fifth year seniors were going to be gone with those eligibility years.
When you came in your freshman year in the fall of 2022, there were a lot of older people, lots of competition, new faces to you. What was it like trying to find your place in that environment?
It was definitely just your ups and downs is just trying to find your footing and water that seems like it was 6 feet deep when really it was only a couple inches, just trying to find my own footing in that sense where, you had your seniors uh, Alexandria Whitmore and Julia Mazanick and, returning players that were coming in as sophomores with Delaney Robeson and Savannah Wing, people that had so much presence in the way that they played the sport and so much passion that trying to find how I maneuvered in the sport, like not only through their lens, but through learning how they played the sport and how fun and how much love they really had for it, just helped me transition from my freshman year coming in being a little intimidated to, you know, coming into that spring and having to play some games and just try and be where my feet are in that moment.
You've lived through a lot of adversity throughout your 4 years here, like a coaching change, roster changes. What do you think kept you grounded throughout that time?
I think the biggest thing that kept me coming back was just knowing that I felt like I needed to stay and that there was a sense of belonging that I needed to do something for this program, and so I just kept pushing and telling myself I have to do something here, whether it was me staying all 4 years and finding a way to fight for this team, for this program, just any way, shape, or form, just pushing through. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of the girls that have transferred, and so talking to them, that was their calling and they needed to go on and pursue more. But for me, it was I needed to be the person that pushed for this culture and be the one that fought my way through for this Kent State Golden Flashes program.
With all that, you had so many reasons to walk away. So, what was it that just made you want to stay?
The relationships I've built with the people that are here, and sure, the freshman class where we have right now is large and with 8 girls, but I love each and every single one of them, and they make it really hard for me to be a senior in this moment and just know that, oh, I don't get more years with them. And that same goes for everybody on the team, where I love the people that they bring into this program, and the girls just really help me stay where my feet are, and they make me forget I'm really a senior and that I'm sometimes 3 years older than him. But it's just amazing to be around those people all the time.
Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. Last season, you had a huge breakout season. What clicked for you, and how did that change the way you saw yourself as a player?
Going into that preseason in January, Coach Jess really came up to me and she was like, hey, I know you have a slow start, and you're gonna have you used to have games where you'd be 3 for 3 and then you'd have games where you're 0 for 3. She's like, I need you to be consistent and get that ball rolling faster. And so honestly, I just went to work in Edmonds as much as I could be, just really honing in on, the asset of the sport that I knew I needed to master in that moment. And if you ask Coach Jess all the time, we're an offensive team. And so for me to find a way into that lineup, it was to hit. And so just, finding a way to put the ball in play and, refuse to, let any pitcher beat me. I feel like that was the biggest thing, was putting in the work, not only physically, but the mental part of the game, because it is, 90% mental, but how many people are actually training that mental aspect of the sport. So I feel like that was another part of it where it just like I took off.
Now, this year, you're the only senior left from your class. What's it like stepping into that leadership role and, kind of being the older sister on the team?
It's definitely like a little hard just like knowing that I don't have people who have been there with me through it all. And so it's hard to have these big feelings of like feeling like I need to do everything all the time and wear the weight of the team because, everybody looks up to me. And so I feel like it's hard for me to manage all those things sometimes. But those girls, they make it easier for me to manage because they always like tell me, they're like, we love playing this game. We love playing for you. We love playing with you. And so I think it's just, they make it easier for me to realize that the sport means so much more than just a ball and a bat. And it's the people and the relationships I built along the way. And being the only senior, just like, I don't know, I feel like it hits home a lot deeper for them because they're like, wow, she came in with 9 in her class and now she's only one from the original coaching staff. And I love, but I love the people that like the transfers that came in. I mean, Casey Marcusic is just a great soul, great human being, and just I love being a senior with her every day.
As we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of adversity that you guys overcame as a team. How have you helped keep everybody focused throughout the season?
In the sense where it's like my passion and love for the game kind of pours into others, where I'm very outwardly expressive when I'm playing the game. Like I'm jumping around, I'm celebrating hard. I feel like that helps keep these girls like locked in and like really excited about the game because you should be able to celebrate all the little things in order for us to win the one big thing, which is a win of in the end of the game. Like I try and do everything I can just to pour into these girls and let them know I'm gonna be their biggest supporter. And sometimes it's me going and hitting ground balls to the freshmen, or it's me throwing live to like the whole team, and I'm not even a pitcher. So just finding ways to build this team and give them like everything that I can to know that like I'm doing everything we can do to put us in the best position to get into the tournament.
Let's talk a little bit about your major in sports medicine. What drew you into that field?
Just being involved in sports my whole life, I couldn't not be in it, I think. And so also having a lot of family in the medical aspect of it, it just gave me that perspective of how can I do both at once, knowing that I'm gonna a be able to watch sports all the time, what a win, but also know that I can help people in the recovery aspect of it and just build them up to become the best version of themselves despite all of their setbacks they may have faced. But like as much as you've fallen backwards, how much growth can we get you to and to become the best version of yourself despite an injury or anything that they've gone through mentally or physically?
After you graduate, you're heading to Arkansas to continue your master's or to
Yes.
start your master's. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I did an internship with Walsh, and one of the athletic trainers there told me that she did her internship through Arkansas. And so I was like, why not go work with an SEC program to get my foot in the door with, you know, advanced technology, modern like techniques, and just putting me in an environment where state of Arkansas doesn't really have professional sports there. Like they don't have a big NFL team, they don't have a big NBA team. So it's like, how can I put myself in a better advantage to work in their similar professional setting with their collegiate sports? And I feel like working with the SEC, I already have some connections with a former athletic trainer that was here. Now she's at LSU. So having those connections with what can be at Arkansas is going to set me, miles ahead of where other people are going to be for me trying to pursue something like professional or collegiately with my job.
Do you know what you want to do in the sports medicine field?
Yeah, I want to be an athletic trainer. So just like working sidelines, being in the moment with those people and just like observing. I feel like I see so much just like even if I'm just taking reps at softball, like if I'm not the one taking reps, I'm a very observant person. I feel like going into athletic training is just like another perspective of that.
Do you want to stay in softball or do you want to branch out to another sport?
It would be really cool to stay in softball. I'm a go with the flow person, so anything that goes my way or anything that they're like, hey, we want you to take this sport, I'm going to take it full arms.
Looking back at your 4 years here, what do you want people to understand about you as a player and as a person?
That I did everything I could to get anything I can out of this opportunity. Just like knowing that I'm coming up on the last 4 years of this sport. And so it's like I'm trying to make the best of it, whether it's, on the field or off the field, just put all the pieces together I can while I have them. It's just, how am I going to finish this turn or this point of my softball career and just give it all I got. If I don't want to leave here with any regrets, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, knowing that I did everything I could and that, I'm leaving a name for myself for these girls that are coming through this program. They're like, man, and like the relationship with it too, where they can call me up and they're like, Brynn, we're struggling. Like, Brynn, we have a question. So I want that to be the biggest piece where it's like they know they can still reach out to me because no matter how far removed I am from the game, like I was still a golden flash and I was still a leader for them.
What's your outlook on the rest of the season, like knowing that your time as an athlete's about to come to an end? Like, how are you preparing for that transition?
Barely.
Is it bittersweet?
It is so bittersweet. I mean, I just kind of try and take it one day at a time and being where my feet are. I feel like if I try and think too much about the past, or the past or coming up with what's on the future, like it's rough and I don't want to like ever leave this sport. And so just trying to take it one day at a time, being where my feet are and not dwelling too much on what happened and then not thinking too far ahead is just, things that are out of my control at that moment.
Do you have any game day superstitions?
I have a lot of superstitions. Okay. Usually the night before I do like an everything shower so that it's like a clean slate going into game day. So like anything from the past week isn't there. Clean slate. I never do my hair the same way for game days. I always try to switch it up. So it's like a weird superstition where most people it's like they try to do the same game day hair. And then I always do my makeup. I do like eye black with glitter, sometimes just like different designs to match the uniform combo for the day. Um, for game days, if we're away, I'll take the hotel key card and I put it in my left pocket, and then I have my wristband for like our signs, and I put it in my right pocket until we start the game. Usually, like my roommate and I will hang out the night before. Sometimes she'll do my nails, sometimes she'll do my lashes. So I feel like that's a little like I don't know. I like to feel like a girl when I play the game sometimes, considering it's a game on dirt.
Right. Do you have like any snacks that you eat or
Oh,
like specific ones?
usually like a Red Bull or something just to get me the energy and caffeine I need for game day. And then usually a candy. Sometimes it's like the nerd clusters. Lately they've had the Sour Patch Kids in the dugout, so like I've been hitting those pretty hard. If I need a good carb throughout games, it's like pretzels or lately like the peanut butter crackers. But I'm not a big food person during games. Like it's a couple of pieces here and there, and then between games, like peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but specifically strawberry jelly.
Okay, then let's just talk about post game since we're talking about food. What is like the go-to post game meal?
I like Mexican a lot, so you can't go wrong with chips and queso and arroz con pollo or something. Just Mexican food is just really good. Can't beat it for real.
Well, thank you so much, Brynn, for joining me on Catch State of Mind, and good luck with the rest of your season and your next chapter in life.
Well, thank you. Go Flashes. Come represent or support softball.